King Jesus, what's up, G? I'm doing good. How's life, G? It's Friday. I think it is Friday. Yeah, it's Friday night. We out here. How's your day going? We're gonna be looking at some pretty good art today. I'm excited for it, honestly. It's a great artist. We're chilling, working on metaverse strategies. I need more land. Dude, it's actually crazy how what is it? the only sort of three or four functional metaverses, if you will, are pretty much sold out land wise. So it's actually wild. I've been thinking about buying land, but I ain't got the ETH. I ain't got the Tezos. I mean, who knows? We might get some Tezos land. That might be a bit more affordable. I hope. Otherwise, we done. It's done for. There's a land game I found the other day, Testopia, or something like that. I haven't done much research on it. Okay. What is it? Yeah, I'll look into it as well. I haven't heard. This is the first time I hear of it, really. Dude, it's fucking cold out here, bro. I haven't done much research on it yet. Oh, no, you're ready. What's the Oh wow. No, tomorrow's warm. No, tomorrow's gonna be nice. But winter is upon us here in Canada. It's too fucking cold. It's way too cold. It's snowing time. We're gonna wait 2 minutes and then we'll get going for the stream. You're looking at some great art. And imagine bro, I'm in beach city. I'm in a beach city. God damn. You chilling. You're not in Florida, are you? Well, hold on. You have Florida. I think Texas might have a beach. California has a beach. New York has a beach, but it snows in New York, I'm pretty sure. Where else does it have a beach? Well, around the Gulf of Mexico, all those states, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't the Mississippi River run down into the Gulf? South Carolina. Okay. One of them Carolinas. That's cool. Do you have like mountain views over there? I don't know where. Yeah, let me see where South Carolina is located fully in Americas. Um, South Carolina. Ah, it's. Oh wow, that's a big ass fucking state, bro. Jeez. Oh, you're thinking South Carolina is like this big or something. God damn. Nice. Yo, America's fucking big as shit though. We out here. Where is Montreal? Pretty sure Montreal is around here. One of them areas. Watch me be. No, Montreal is right here. I'm a fucking dumbass, bro. I'm like, it's one of them areas. No, this. Wait, hold on. We were just looking at. Okay. Yo, North America's wild, bro. And Mexico, you can literally do just like, in theory, do a whole drive down until here, and then you gotta cross this, and then. Huh. It's actually pretty wild. Alright. Stream has started. Welcome everybody to those who are joining later and watching later. Welcome to our Friday breakdown stream. It is I, your host, Anubis3100. If you want to get in contact with me, you that was a weird voice break. But if you want to get in contact with me, you can tag me in the Metakey Discord and the Duat Residency channel over there, and I'll respond to you. And you can tag me over on Twitter at Anubis_3100, and I'll respond to you over there. I'm pretty responsive. But for this week's artist breakdown, we're actually gonna look at an artist. I think their work has made its way across the stream once, but we haven't fully talked and delved deeply into it. I don't think. I'm pretty sure. And so the artist we will be looking at is, I was scrolling through their Twitter earlier, is Naime Pakniyat. I believe she's an Iranian artist making NFTs out of Iran. And I really fuck with her art style over on Foundation. And you'll see why. And King Jesus, prepare yourself. You gonna die, bro. you gonna die. Why does shit keep opening? And so if you click on her link tree right here, we go over to foundation first link, and that's where we land. Right over here. And as you can see immediately, well, chat is just, bro, I need to figure out some form of placement for chat, honestly. Chat be dubious out here. But as you can see, it's great quality work, and we'll talk a little bit. Here we go again. I'm going to be in and out for chat, working on my website a little bit. Nice. Yo, my website is the weirdest fucking thing you'll ever see on the planet. We're taking a little detour, but this is like, here, I'll remove chat for a second, but my website is pretty fucking like a MySpace page. That's how I fucking designed the thing, right? And it's just like, yo, send me your website later. I want to check it out. And you can click on all these pages and shit. And it's just like, my favorite thing is I included, like, this takes you to projects, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the project pages. And then shit takes you back. And then I have like hidden pages of like thoughts. And then you just scroll. It's like I was like a kid having fun, bro. Like, look, fucking Spider-Man in the fucking corner. And it's like, send me your website. I've been, ever since I started making my website, I've been like, ooh, what's your website look like? It's crazy. More people need to have websites, honestly. Like personal, independent website, not a link tree. Because link trees are good, but like a website, you can have pretty much a website as well. Thanks, G. It's like, it is literally the clusterfuck of my mind onto an internet page. And I love it. But it's like, I like link trees and stuff, but it's like, when you have direct links on your website, it's like a little bit I think it's far more independent. But yeah, anyways, so this is Niem's page on Foundation. I've been following since, like, I believe these two works were minted. I haven't checked back, honestly, in quite a while. And so it's great to see that they've sold and they're actually, you know, selling and stuff and actually getting paid, because to me this is really, really fucking great work, and you'll see why. And so as we do it, as we usually do the thing, we open 6 or 7 pieces, and go through them, IPFS them, you know, try to critique them if critiques are valid, and give our thoughts on them. And again, I'm a big fan of this style, primarily because I grew up with painting, like with works like this around my house. My dad is a huge fan of this style, and so quickly, Persian art. You see where I'm going? Or Iranian art, if you will. And we're specifically looking at miniature paintings, so Persian miniature. So this is the sort of work we're looking at. It's quite, well, I think that's actually on our rug. But so this is the sort of Persian work that inspired this work, and is actually like comes from Iran. So this is her culture, right? I happen to know of this just because my dad fucking loves this art style so much. He literally would print it, and he would hang it around the house, and it has religious connotations because you would have people that would sometimes they would write religious scripts, right? These are religious writings on the wall. That's a mosque, I'm pretty sure. And so it's very, very heavily culturally inspired. you can see where the intersection sort of Asian art and Arab art have met, have gotten to know each other, amalgamated, hybridized, and then come out together. Because um, if we zoom in, that's these are Asian looking figures, if you will, and that's Arab Persian writing. So, I mean, the history alone based on this fucking art movement, Persian miniature painting, is fucking insane, and the evolution within it, the pictorial evolution, if you will, is actually insane. And so when I first saw Niam's work, I was like, ho, this is how it evolves. This is legitimately how this sort of shit can evolve, right? Because whether we like it or not, Persian miniature painting is dying off, and a lot of the cultural arts that we have in the world and cultural practice, specifically artistic practices, are dying off. And so what you're seeing now in the current art movement, specifically in either diasporic art movements or people within these third world countries and within these cultures themselves, because of the power of the internet, we're able to see them modernize their culture. And because of the power of technology as well, they're able to modernize and keep their culture alive and rehybridize it if need be, well, not upgrade, but update the imagery, remodernize the imagery. And so we out here, I forgot I didn't turn chat back on. Shit. And so this is 1,001 Nights. If you grew up in the Middle East, you know this. You've heard either the tales on the radio, you've read it once, or you've heard it at least once. And it's for those who are curious, in Arabic, it's Alf Layla wa Layla, right? It's just a collection of short stories, pretty sure, right? And so yeah, they're far. Their reach is far and their reach is wide in Middle Eastern culture and Islamic and Arabic culture. And so this is just one of the stories. I'm pretty sure one of the depictions. We're gonna read the description first. All right. I've moved chat around like 10 fucking times now. I apologize. Here, and then we'll just, as chat goes down here. That's good. And so this is 1,001 Night description, created in December 2nd, 2021. Oh, this is recent. And so it says, I've been keeping it festive. My world, my mind, and every single night, and every single day and night of my life. This artwork is inspired conceptually and visually by Persian miniature pixelated and animated using Adobe Photoshop. So as you can see, immediately we out here. We on the target. We on the, and look how nice this shit is, bro. I mean, like, right? And then this is just its evolution. And so it's MP4 video, 12 frames per second, 20-second loop, 250 by 340 pixels. And so when we open it here, I will take the backdrop off. You can see some of the sometimes with pixel work, right? You can sort of upscale a little bit, and because of the nature of it being pixelated, it's still very readable and it sort of translates still very well. So honestly, I really like looking at this just because of how beautiful it is. The utilization of the same perspective from Persian miniature painting, right? And then also just the use of pattern, color, and animation. Like, it's just so it's culturally rich work without having to comment. It's culturally rich through its aesthetics and through the symbolism it uses, and you don't really need to delve more. It just, the certain depictions and how they're depicted in the colors. That's all you need, sort of, right? And just, we already have the title that gives it this fantastical sort of ethereal tale, right? 1001 Nights, and then you have purples and blues, sort of clouds around, right? A very story-like, fantastical element. Um, and just the flowers opening up as if they're opening up to the music, like shit's wild. And again, it's just the modernization of miniature painting and storytelling, right? Because some of those miniature paintings do tell stories, right? So just it's just great to see it modernized and just like holy shit, like look at the patterns and the pattern change in size. Like where else have you seen this sort of work, huh? Elia 84 is, right? Their work is fucking insane. I know King, you fucking go crazy. So this is just insane. And just like the gradients too, right? Gradients created through like they're utilizing very basic and simple shading techniques that when executed correctly work out very, very well. So it's just like damn, right? Dots separated, and as the dots get closer you get an X pattern and then a grid pattern forms. And that just creates shifts in tones. It's actually fucking great work. I mean, I legitimately can stare at this for hours and just be like, it has like a weird childlike wonder to it, it's great. You just like 20 frames per second, right? And so it's like they had to at least animate 20 frames. And so it's just the amount of work that had to go into this and the amount of detail, and I guarantee you layering as well, and it's like the halo's sort of pixelated around this here. Very cool. It has a really nice halo effect as well, and then the moon in the background, shooting stars, with the shooting stars sort of finish the circle and then create outer circles. Again, it has a very fantastical element to it. It's great. 1001 Nights. And just look how well it reads at small, right? And then at big size still. Like it's still visually pleasing at two different sizes. And you know how that's pretty good and successful work when that happens. And I also just realized the flowers might be following the circle here, actually. You see that? Here, just the edge of those flowers. So it really somehow fits around sort of there. That's crazy. If it's like this also, actually could just be the inner circle. Wow. Yeah, they're messing with some really nice hidden composition stuff here. That's interesting. So we will move on to the next one, and this one is Compassion. We'll read the description and then we will look at the work. And also here, I'm pretty sure the IPFS is quickly for this one. Oh, there is audio. Bro, what? Wow. Let's see if it loops. That sort of loops. But oh, actually didn't expect there to be music. That took me off by surprise. That's actually crazy. That is really good. Yeah. Wow. Um, I hope maybe Confession has audio. We'll see. So this one is this heartfelt sympathy means everything to me. No matter if I make it or not, you are always deep in my heart. This art is visually and conceptually inspired by Persian miniature pixelated and animated using Adobe Photoshop in 250 by 270 pixels. MP4, 12 frames per second, 43 frames, and then the video itself is exported at 1250 by 1350 pixels. So, oh wow. Yeah, that's actually crazy. It's like a beat because they're sick, but their coughing fits a beat. That's actually wild. I'm actually shocked. I have no words. I did not expect this at all. I didn't expect them to have a sound element to the video, and it's like it just threw my brain out of whack. Like have a sound element with a beat. That's actually, and just again, like look at the level of just graphic detail. Like, oh my god. There's the details alone. Holy shit, just the colors, the patterns, the floral patterns, right? Middle Eastern floral patterns, and just like, oh. And the color palette too, right? The figures stand out, the bold colors, right? But also like enough where you're able to tell differentiation. There's enough detail on the clothes, and even some patterns on the clothes, and a carpet on top of the patterned floor. That's actually, you see that? Here, let me hit the IPFS. Now we got double coughs. Yo, this is insane. Just the person in the background. And the animation is actually synced up with the coughing. He actually coughs. Well, here, I'll turn it up so you can hear it. That is actually crazy. You're trying to make me spend my ETH. I'm holding on to it for dear life. Dude, oh my god. I spent all my ETH minting for the new collection, and then, what is it? You can even make it go bigger, and fucking, now I have to wait a month until I can mint again on the foundation collection. So I ain't holding no ETH. That's my I'm on the opposite side of that. But hey, if you're gonna spend your ETH, you gotta spend it on this. This is actually insane. Like, dude, she what is it? Tied the coughing to the animation, and it's put on a rhythm and a beat. Like, I don't even need to talk about the patterns. Anybody watching this will like sees the pattern, like they're dying. But just like the audio part of it is just like, what the? That's actually very cool. I mean, it's just like, holy shit. It's just the little movement. It's just like the random subtle movements here and there. right? Compassion, and yeah, you have to be compassionate towards the sick. Man, this is actually great fucking work. Congratulations to Rugweaver. God damn. It's the only one they own. Shit. They're really keeping it to character, I guess. But I mean, like, shit. This is really good quality work. Like, nothing, you can't knock this whatsoever. But my only question, honestly, looking at this work, and one thing I've noticed is I was just like, the skin tones, and this is a little bit of a nitpick, right? Yeah, I don't have the nightlight on. It's a little bit of a nitpick, but like I would have just assumed the skin tones would be a little bit darker, given the location of Iran. And I've met people from Iran, and like their skin tone is similar to mine, and we're not that white, And so that was the one weird thing that popped to me in the whole work. I was like, the figures seemed like they need a little bit of color, because I really like this work, but like I don't see myself fully associating with the characters. But it's just like I think it's just the evolution of the work, and it's like it's not bad or anything, right? It's just like a little random. I was like, that is weird. That's the one thing that catches my eye. But other than that, it is fucking insane work. Like, oh, it makes you wish you could live in houses like this. um, we will move on to interwoven. I imagine this also has an audio sound element to it, so we're just gonna read the description. So this is drawing inspiration from nature. She puts patterns and colors precisely together, bringing a piece of landscape to her abode. This artwork is again, it's just visually inspired by Persian miniature, pixelated and done in Adobe Photoshop. Um, 425 by 395 pixels, 12 frames, 108 frames, and then exported at 1275 by 1885 pixels. MP4. And we can see again it's longer frames, and you know how we do it. We're gonna IPFS. Wow. It's on beat as well. Oh, we gotta make it loop. But just look at the detail of that, right? I think this might be one of my favorite pieces actually. I legitimately think this might be one of my favorite pieces just because, like, it, it's not only culturally significant, like, although, like, right, I am Egyptian, and Arabs and Persians are not really the same, but it's like we share some cultural similarities, and one of them is the appreciation for rugs. And Egypt doesn't have Turkish rugs per se, but Egypt has its own rug makers. And so I've had times where I've sat there and watched a rug maker put a rug together. And so it's like this sort of thing not only reminds me of home, but it's to anybody who's not from the Middle East, it's actually quite a nice and beautiful insight on what happens, where it's just like literally sometimes it's just women making the rugs, and they're just sitting there looking at stuff through their own inspiration. They're given, like, if it's a true like rug maker and shit, like not working in a factory, they have the complete creative freedom to put on the rug what they do, and their years of experience are the ones that let them make them be the rug maker. And so it's just, you can actually see scenes like this. Of course, not to this level of colorfulness, but you go in the Middle East, anywhere in the Middle East that has rugs, and you'll see rug makers just sitting in their home, just chilling, making rugs. And then here we just have to admire, just like, again, the use of colors, patterns, and also like so the landscape and how like nice it looks. Although it has like blues and reds and purples, um, it still reads as like a landscape very, very well. And Well, the cool thing is like there is like weird perspective play happening that you see evident in the miniature paintings, right? This sort of stuff, and it's just, I mean that sort of that looks insane actually. Holy shit! Right, but the sort of perspective play that happens, you see it here, and so I mean, you get it right. The figure, and they pull the curtains of the from like the room or whatever, and look, on the land and just the trees. It's like it's very blissful work, if you will, right? It's like you feel sort of nice bliss when you're looking at it, and like a certain type of like calmness that's aided by the aesthetic and the color choices very well. But it just like this legitimately has like a nice sense of calmness to it. It's great. I mean, just look at the bird. Look at that bird. That's a that's a dove, I'm pretty sure, or a pigeon. That's a dove. Right, and the dove flies across right as the lady like moves the curtain. It's like sort of genre, like fantastical genre Persian miniature painting. And if you're like, to anybody listening, and they're like, "What the fuck did you just say?" It's essentially like a genre painting is essentially depictions of everyday life, and this is sort of a depiction of a normal scene in everyday life, but it has a fantastical to it, and it has a Persian miniature element to it. So it's fantastic genre, Persian genre miniature painting, I guess, if you will. If we're going that deep into the levels and the subdivisions in artistic genres. Or, sorry, artistic mediums and artistic styles, not genres. I've been listening to too much music lately. I was watching the Drake and Kanye thing yesterday. Actually, yo, King, you watched that? You watched the Drake and Kanye shit yesterday? I was in a group chat reacting to it. It was fucking great until fucking Drake started singing. Man's ruined the whole thing, bruv. And now we know who's on top. But yeah, this is interwoven. Like, man, this work is actually just the level of color, the level of like fidelity, the use of perspective, um, the use of animation, the use of sound, pairing all of that together. It's actually insane. Like, this is the sort of work you look at and you just like smile, and you just have like the biggest grin on your face, regardless. Because I do. I have a fucking grin on my face right now. And so this was interwoven. This one's also sold. So we will move on to round and round. This might also have an audio to it. And so this threading cotton reel in my hand goes round and round as my thoughts flow in my head, calling out the fact that the cycle of life is on the go. And I'm the only one who dreams my dreams along with making them come true. Threading cotton in ancient Iran was done by spinning a reel. This artwork is visually inspired by miniature painting. 260 by 260 pixels, 12 frames per second, 184 frames, and 1040 by 1040 pixels. So a square. And so this is just depicting, the makers of the threaders of cotton. It's just, again, genre, fantastical genre, Persian miniature painting. Whoa. What? Yo, this is and I don't know if you can hear that when it was loud, but there's in the little song there you can hear bird chips and like bird sounds. And the bass and that little like whatever that I forget the name of that instrument. What the? Yo, I'm gonna turn it up again. Yo, this is actually fucking insane. Oh my god. Like wow. Wow. I have no words. I'm just holy shit. I'm actually I am at a loss of words. Wow. Again, you don't have to hear me talk about the use of patterns and colors and florals, but just I'm legitimately surprised by like this sort of modernized use of like Iranian string and traditional Iranian music, and then just that like nice smooth fucking beat, like R&B like beat, like shit. It's like that little duh at the end there. Oh my god. And just like the dove, right? Just spinning threads of cotton, right? To make the carpet which she is sitting on, right? Flowers, right? Patterns. Right, I like the headdress as well. We've seen the headdress come up a few times. Alright, it's great. The veil. So it's just, man, it's like this sort of cultural work like legitimately just makes me so happy. This sort of work, I gotta share this with somebody, right? Fucking I gotta share this with somebody. Give me one sec. Alright. We back. Sorry, I had to. I can't. This is just too fucking good. Like just like men, just the use of Persian miniature painting, and then just the modern music alone, and just the colorfulness, like holy shit, like this is it's work that is just like, it's so culturally rich, it's so conceptually fucking rich, yet it can pass as just like beautiful and just purely aesthetic if you wanted to. Then it can be so successful in so many ways. Like Oh my god. Congratulations to Zach. Holy shit. This is. Yeah, I'm gonna. Like. Yo, King, are you hearing this shit? Like, this is wild. Like. Man, just look at the color palette and like how like Niami is actually utilizing every fucking all the color in pastels, bold colors, certain grays, like everything. Yeah, this is this crazy. This crazy. What? I have no words. Um, yeah, I'm just scared. Fuck. Um, we're gonna we're gonna go on to the next one, but now I'm just fucking scared, honestly, because like I did not expect this. This is yeah, this is fucking insane. Um, we will move on to campsite in the field. So this one does not have audio. Um, Here, I'll leave that to last. We'll go to Secret Garden first so we can listen to the audio, and then we'll move on to the last one, and I'll turn the music back on for this one. So this one is Secret Garden. I've been embroidering this garden for a long time. This is my soul being spread around the world. This artwork is inspired by miniature painting, 200 by 300 pixels, 12 frames per second, 3.4 second loop, 40 frames exported at um 1400 by 2000 pixels with sound effects from Zap, Splat. So, oh wow, we can hit the IPFS. This it's like a little, it's a little twinkle, like a little shimmer, like a like a sort of ethereal aesthetic shimmer or twinkle. Like it's actually crazy, and it fits the flowers blooming. Um, it is hurting my ears a little bit here. I'll turn it up for you guys so you can hear it. So it's quite ethereal and fantastical in that element, right? I'm gonna have to mute it though because my ears are gonna hurt. But right, so it's like I've been weaving this rug. I've put my whole life and soul into this rug, right? And this rug becomes my world, and you can see literally figure weaving the rug, and the rug pattern just like becomes over encompassing, all encompassing of the world around them, right? And so it's just like I really fuck with this just because of the nature of like it's just so it's showcasing part of a culture, right? And Middle Eastern culture and rug making culture in a way and in such a light that you haven't really seen, and you're getting an appreciation for the rug makers more than the actual rug just through the description and the use of figures, right? Like the patterns are beautiful and they make your eyes like go all over the work, but you know that the key figure in this is not the pattern, it's not the rug, it's the lady making it's the rug maker. And so again, it's also successful. It just still with all this nice, beautiful, visually aesthetic stuff, the main figure and the main character within each work it remains to stand out. And if you notice, right, the bold colors are only used in the main figures just because they're the ones that will draw your attention, right? Like that red, that green, that purple, where they existent around in the work. They're not. They only exist within that figure, right? So it's like it's Naime is actually Very smart. You know, she knows what she's fucking doing. Just the flowers rotating as if it's the sun, sort of like holy fuck. This is insane. And again, right, it has a nice twinkle to it. Right, that really helps feed the fantastical and like magical element to it. Like, eh, I really wish you could zoom in though. I wish we could zoom in on works like this just so we can see like the pixels move. But it is, well, yeah, zooming in does. It's only if it's a GIF. You can zoom in on GIFs, but again, right? Like, I've been embroidering this garden for a long time. This is my soul being spread around the world, right? It just, again, look at the pattern, like the flower pattern coming out of the pot. That's actually great. And then, sort of, the character is sort of offset in the middle a little bit. The floral pattern in the middle is the only thing that sort of feels as if it's correctly in the middle, with her hands being directly in the middle, and then everything is offset to the left or to the right a little bit, and it just sort of fits. It draws your eye directly. Boom, right? Head in the middle, hands in the middle, this, and then everything is either to one side. It's very smart, like composition wise as well. Like, it's actually wild. Um, holy shit! Like, this is legitimately great work. Great fucking work. And again, I come back to miniature, actual Persian miniature painting, right? Because it is directly inspired by this work. It even states it in every description, right? Inspired by Persian miniature painting. Persian. So I recommend to those listening to go check out some Persian miniature painting as well, just because of how nice it is, and you get to see the evolution of it into this work. So this is the last work we're going to be looking at for this stream. Campsite in the field. Description: in the ancient Iranian kingdom, campsites were held in vast fields. The king and his companions stayed there for a few days or so, hunting and having fun. The artwork is inspired by Persian miniatures depicting this tradition. In 878 by 819 pixels. Channel information: the work is exported at 2811 pixels by 2715 pixels. And so this is far more directly inspired by Persian miniature painting, and is actually trying to emulate certain scenes, right? Those king depiction scenes. And if you scroll through some of these, right? Persian hunting scene, right? For example, you'll see a lot of paintings depicting, hunting by the king or war, right? Certain expeditions, right? And so, again, it's the sort of modernization of this work, and just upkeeping it and bringing it to our, like, popular culture now, right? And then, oh my god, I need some water. This is insane. This is actually insane. Like, just look at the color use and the sense of movement. Just the clouds. It's just, I mean, I clicked on this one already. Let's see. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, you see? You see how these rocks and this land figure is sort of painted, and then right here. Oh, wrong thing, my bad. Right here. again, my favorite thing about this is just the modernization of Persian miniature paintings in such a cool and colorful and aesthetically pleasing way, and it just right. It has that hint of technology to it just through its pixelation, and it's not a deterrent from the work. It actually aids the work so fucking much that it's actually crazy. And just look at the sort of forms you can get with just the difference in tones, even though it's pixelated and it still feels otherworldly, right? Like Purple Land, nah. But in this painting, it actually works very well. Also, look at the fire. It's actually a really nice fire. Fire is hard to paint in real, like just to try to paint, right? And so to do it in pixelation and to still fit it within the Persian miniature style takes a lot of skill. I'm actually curious if Niami's trained on Persian miniature painting, or has done it in real life. Because you need to have sort of studied this, I'm pretty sure, to like produce this level of work. You need to have studied or at least been trained on it to get this level of detail and finesse. And I have a feeling she might be actually trained, and it's like if you look at Persian miniature painting, and you hear about it, like yeah, there are schools that will teach you that shit, and it takes a while to learn, but Iranians do go to school for it, and it's sort of a career path. And also, miniature painting in general is getting an upsurgence. And so, with this tech, right, like Niami being able to sell depictions of her culture on her own terms with her own, and she's the one that gets the money, right? No middleman shit, nothing. It's actually great, and it shows the evolution of sort of the art space and where we're heading. I mean, like, holy shit, this is fucking great. I've cursed way too much, but it's like, I like the work when I'm just cursing like this because it just, man, just the pattern use, like the use of pixelation and just color, right? Solid blues, right? And then just the greens and pinks for the ground. It's just amazing, and it legitimately looks, and you can tell where the inspiration directly comes from. Like even the way the grass comes out, like, oh my god, great fucking work. Naime Pakniyat, great fucking work. Those watching, go follow them on Foundation and on Twitter. Legitimately, go buy their work. It is amazing fucking work. I mean, she has a few unsold pieces. So go scour, go look at them, because again, her work is fucking insane. Really good quality work, very well executed, conceptually heavy, culturally, like conceptually rich, culturally rich, right? Execution wise, done in such a beautiful and amazing way. It's crazy. Like I'm and just the audio factor of it too, like the fact that some of these have audio and are tied, the audio itself isn't just like random Foley sound effects, but just and actually has rhythm and music to it. Oh my god. So yeah, go follow them on Twitter, go buy their art, go bid on their art, go support them. Their art is fucking great. And if you enjoyed this and would like to get in contact with me, you can tag me in the Metakey Discord and the Duat Residency channel over there. I'll respond to you. And if you would like to get in contact with me over on Twitter, just tag me at Anubis_3100 and I'll respond to you over there. I'm pretty responsive. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's stream. I certainly did. We looked at some fucking amazing art today. King Jesus, thank you as always for coming and hanging out during the stream. Good luck with your website, G. And also, to those listening, King Jesus is a fellow Meta crew, or yeah, he's part of the crew. He's a fellow Metakey member. It was an art project, I'm pretty sure. This is gonna drop, so I'm excited for it. I tell you this every stream, but share that shit in the channels when it's lives or when it drops. And your promotion, actually, you should share your promotions in the art channel as well, and the Duat residency channel. But yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out, and to those watching, hopefully you enjoyed the stream. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.